This is an interesting case. I want us to watch it together and let me know what you think about this particular case.
We met on a dating app with the premise of what a dating app is, just a hookup. So we didn't have any preconceived notions. But when we first met each other, that spark was undeniable. And so when, then that's when we decided to maybe think about
extend the
extend
relationship a bit.
Exactly. And then once you do that, then you start going into your personality and different things, and that's where the differences came in.
Yeah, what differences? I mean, I see one. You're black and he's white,
right.
but list some others.
Actually, even deeper than the main one that you see, the obvious one that you see, was that strong in our situation because I'm from California, I'm from San Diego, I'm used to diversity, so being with somebody of a different race is not something that is a big deal for me. It's whoever. But by him being from where he's from, the country, small towns, where in actuality, I really believe that I'm the only black person that he's really ever known in his life.
Now, Mr. Weldon, is she the only black person you ever known?
Pretty much.
For real? That can happen. You live in a small town, don't travel much, that can happen. And now, with that as backstory, what were you thinking about on the dating apps? I'm gonna see what it's like on the other side.
Yeah, pretty much, I just wanted to experience something different, I guess.
And you end up liking one another. Were you surprised?
Definitely. And she was way different than I expected when I met her. I've never really met too many black people. It was more what I seen on TV.
Right.
And I know you can't believe everything you see on TV, but it's kind of...
But if that's all you know...
Right, so I was expecting, a little more ghetto girl, I guess, and, and I didn't know how to explain it, but when we started talking, I was like, whoa, she used words I had to stop her for a minute. It's like, well, what does that mean?
Right. Educated, intelligent.
Yeah,
and that wasn't in your list of qualifiers for black folk,
well, I mean...
And I ain't mad, I'm not mad, I'm just saying. That's not how we are typically portrayed in the media. That's what I'll put it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it caught me off guard.
Ms. Hugel, you say after a while, though, when he got comfortable with you, some things started to pop up in this conversation. Can you tell me about those things?
In actuality, surprisingly enough, in 2000, when we got together in 2012, the N-word, which I didn't know was still used in regular conversation, is. And there were one example. We were watching a show or a movie, and we're sitting on the bed just watching a movie, and he says there was a situation where two white guys started chasing a black guy, and he says, "Oh, they're about to get that in." And I whipped my head over to him, and he literally did this. He stood straight. I said, "What did you just say?" He goes, "Huh?" He still didn't look at me. What did you just say?
Right, I feel you.
And then he said, "Oh, I said that guy's gonna get him." I said, "No, that's not really what you said." And
Did you know after you said it that you shouldn't have?
Yeah, as soon as it came out of my mouth, I went, oh, what did I just say?
What have I just done?
And I was trying to, I could feel the heat from her staring at me. I'm like, I don't know what to do now.
Honestly, though, Mr. Weldon, where you come from, do you use that term freely?
It was used pretty often because most of my family, they're kind of, not really racist, but they're prejudiced of some sort. And growing up like that, it wasn't any big thing using the N-word, but I've learning over the years, it's pretty hurtful and degrading, and I didn't realize at the time.
What did you expect when you were gonna hook up with a black woman? Did you have any idea?
I was scared to death, to be honest. I was intimidated, and I was nervous as I hadn't dated nobody in 16 years, because my previous relationship, I was with the girl for 15 years and married for almost 10.
So, Ms. Hugel, some other things came up during the course of your relationship. You say he frequently referred to you as my black girlfriend.
Right.
Explain that to me.
You know, I would tell my friend, oh, I met this guy. Or I'd tell my mom, oh, I met this guy. He would say, he would tell his friend, oh, I met this black girl. Or I met this girl, she's black.
You never stood alone. You were always
Right.
designated as the black girl.
Right, which made
Not-
me feel different.
Right.
You know, it was always a distinction. That's what I'm saying. It was always a distinction. He always had to justify that I was black.
Mr. Weldon, what do you have to say about that? Was that true?
Yes, Your Honor, but a lot of my friends are growing up in school and stuff were prejudiced. I mean, I hung out with skinheads for my junior year, and then after I got away from that, because I realized it was stupid, that I shouldn't hate somebody just because of the color of their skin, because I don't know anything about them.
Right.
Why should I hate,
Right.
you know? And then I introduced her like that because I didn't want my friends to just be shocked all of a sudden. I mean, I took her to meet one of my friends in Gorman. We came into the house, and I kind of warned him that she was black, and we came in the house, and he got Confederate flags all over the walls.
Right,
and
right.
Some stuff that was kind of, you know,
Yeah. But in his defense, I will say this. He's introducing you into an environment where, you know, they're not around a lot of black people, and he was just up letting them know, this is you, my girlfriend, and she's black, and don't get crazy with it. I'm trying to tell you, you know, just kind of give a heads up, because it was going to be jarring to that community. Not to yours, but to that community. Having said that, I'm going to say this. I understand that you are concerned that he's not really committed to this relationship because of past relationships. So I want you to explain to me why you... Hugo, what gives you concerns with respect to his commitment to this relationship?
There was always an arm's length distance kept between me and his family, between me and his life. Granted, you know, when I did meet him, he was coming out of a relationship, a marriage, and you know, I actually was okay. Well, I'll be there as a friend for you. And coming out of this marriage, it devastated him.
Ms. Hugo, I'm going to interrupt you. You're talking about a lot of things that are perfectly true and interesting, but I want to tell you what stuck out to me. He's just kind of a jerk to you.
Yes, ma'am.
White, black, or otherwise, just unkind.
Absolutely.
And I want you to tell me some of the things that he's done, because the back of my hair is already up.
Right.
Back of my head. The hair on the back of my head is already up.
When I was pregnant, I needed a lot of help. I was at a risk pregnancy. I'm an older, you know, in the terms of being pregnant, I'm an older pregnant woman.
Yeah, okay. What didn't he do?
He wouldn't come home sometimes. I spent the first 3 months of my pregnancy in bed because I literally couldn't get up. And
didn't you text him one day and say, look, I'm hungry, I can't get up, I can't get any food, I'm bedridden, and he just didn't do it?
One day, that happened very often. Anytime I was hungry, he was the only person that could help me. And in many cases, it was me texting him saying, please come home, you know, or can you bring something to eat? And, you know, maybe 2 days later, you know, that to me, 2 days is a long time.
And wouldn't he leave you alone with a sick baby while go out drinking with his friends?
Yep. My baby ended up having some health issues.
Right. And he was boozing.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you were pregnant with the second baby, wasn't he talking to other women?
That happened the whole relationship. But I didn't find out the seriousness of it until as time has gone on. So yes.
Your son was so ill that you had to quit your job to care for him. And did he say to you, so what, you just giving up now?
Yes, well, because I had to quit my job, of course, that's causing some financial issues. And so I looked at him, hey, you got to help me with some of these bills. You know, I've done everything I can. I've gone through all of my resources. So when I was kind of angry that he was like, well, why don't you go do this? Why don't you go do this? I'm like, now it's time for you to do this.
Do something, right.
He actually said to me, well, what, are you just going to give up?
I got you. Mr. Weldon, that's a whole lot of incoming. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to defend yourself.
So far, with everything I've heard and also with everything you've heard as well, I believe we both are anticipating the judgment of this case. So I want to indulge you to stay to the end of this video so you get to find out the final verdict of this particular case. Let's go back to the video.
Mr. Weldon, is all the things Miss Hugel just said about you accurate?
Unfortunately, they are.
Okay, talk to me about that.
She would tell me I'm still hung up on my ex. And I didn't think I was at the time, but you know, recently I've realized she's been right about it, and I regret some of the things I've done, and I can't change what has happened in the past. But
what's with all the disregard? I mean, I think all of those things, when you stack them up together, is you actively saying to her, you're really not that important. You're really not that important. And I want to ask you if you have any insight on why you felt the need to keep telling her she's really not that important.
I was a jerk at the time. I didn't understand. I have a hard.
Well, have you unjerked yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
How did you get de-jerked?
At the time I was doing a lot of stuff I had a drinking problem, and I was sometimes not in my right mind, and I mean, I can't blame it on that totally, but I went through an old cell phone and I was reading some of the text messages that had gone back and forth between us, and I sat there and I just couldn't believe the things I did and said to her that she's done nothing but help me, and all I did was treat her terrible. I mean,
he told another woman that he loved her and sent pictures of your children to her. Is that true?
It was on my birthday. He was speaking to another woman, and he had told her, she'd asked, well, do you have any feelings for this person? Because he had just called me his baby's mama kind of thing. That's how he would refer to me. And she asked, so, how do you feel? Or are you ever going to get back with her? And in the message, it said, no, I don't love her anymore. I don't have those feelings for her anymore. It's all about my kids. And then proceeded to send pictures of our kids.
Mr. Weldon, did that happen too?
On my birthday.
Yes, ma'am.
How long ago was that?
Last year.
On my last birthday.
Okay, let me ask you. You got two kids together, so I'm seeing it a little bit. But why didn't you break camp earlier?
I was in denial that somebody could actually be treating me this way. I wanted to believe every time he told me. So it wasn't that he consistently treated me that way.
Oh, he said he was sorry, and he was nice. He's nice on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday he'd pop out with another one. I've been here a long time. I know that story.
And parts of him, like I said, there were situations where we were in a bind, and he did get us out of a bind, and blah, blah, blah. But mainly, it's because I was in denial. I didn't want to believe that somebody was treating me that way.
Did it change how you felt about yourself?
Absolutely. And once you get used to being treated that way, that's what you expect. That's what you expect. And then now with our children, it became that type of situation because...
What do you want from me?
What I want is for you to give him a perspective on what really has been going on in the situation. I want to be able to communicate better with him.
What do you want from me? Why did you agree to come here? Because you knew I was going to fuss at you, right?
Yes, ma'am. I want another chance I mean, I know I've had to... Actually, I probably don't deserve another chance to try to make this relationship work, but I do love Monica, and I've come to realize that I have made a lot of mistakes, and some of them I probably can't make up for, and I know that she can't trust me because of them, but I love my kids, and I love her, and I want to take care of them, and I just want to do it, what's right.
All right, I'm going to give you my best last lessons. See what happens. Let me tell you what happens to a woman when you treat her like she's nothing every other Tuesday. She starts to believe that she's nothing. On Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, knowing full well that next Tuesday's gonna come. You destabilize her, you will her away, you make her a less powerful person. You make her less the person you fell in love with every time you do things like that to her. And I hope and pray that you understand that, because you don't have the right to take somebody's esteem from them. You don't have the right to torture somebody with I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah. We have a baby. You know, when she's vulnerable, when she's feeling safe, you just knock her legs out of her. You can't go any lower than that, especially when you knock her legs out of her, she falls on top of those kids that you gave her. Let me say this, Ms. Hugum. You love him and you're going to stay with him. What I would recommend is you a little bit and make him prove it. Always let him see his kids. If you want to date him, that's fine. But before you open your heart to him again, he's got to prove over the long term he knows how to speak to you. He knows how to love you. He knows how to be frustrated around you. He knows how to put down the bottle when he's with you. He knows how to act if he picks up the bottle and still doesn't call you out your name. Do you understand what I'm saying
Absolutely.
to you? He has to prove it to you. He has to be uncertain of you so that he knows he has to fight to keep you. You with me on that one?
Absolutely.
Never another Tuesday, Mr. Weldon. Never. You with me?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
every Tuesday, when you whittle away the mother, the kiddies go too.
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna be strong? Gonna be a
Absolutely.
strong black woman? You know what I mean? Know how to stand the ground?
Absolutely.
All of that?
Absolutely.
This matter is adjourned.
At the end of this particular case, was the judgment a fair judgment? If no, kindly share in the comment section what should have been done better. And also don't forget to share, follow, and subscribe to this page for more interesting cases just like this one. Thank you.